ocean water. I've been talking about this on my Instagram story a little bit. This is my Cmos tea that I've been making like once every other day or like every 2 days. Cmos is, and I have my bag here to show you what it looks like. Here's the Cmos that I buy. It's from Purple Moss Paradise, and it looks like this. It comes out of the ocean. This one is harvested in Jamaica and dried with the sun naturally. Ooh, I wish you could smell this. It smells so salty. It smells like the ocean, literally like the ocean. Cmos is a superfood. It is full of minerals and vitamins that we need in the human body. Very vital minerals like magnesium, iodine, zinc, potassium, selenium, calcium. Really beneficial to the thyroid, to the skin, the respiratory system, the skeletal system, digestive system, urinary system, your immune system. It heals skin ailments, people that are dealing with eczema, psoriasis, and things that are even more severe. It will heal your acne, it will help your thyroid, it will help your blood pressure. People have healed their anemia using it. It is really a miracle food, and I like to take it because it just means I don't have to take many supplements, and it's something that's from the earth that is top-notch. It's really highly concentrated in iodine, and we need iodine for hormone production. And you all know that our hormones are our little messengers that go out to every organ and part of our body and tell it what to do and how everything's going. So if our hormones are out of whack, everything else gets out of whack. We're gaining weight, or we're losing too much weight, we have acne, our moods are off, everything is just off, digestion is off. So this is something that I drink. The powder that you saw me put in there was baobab fruit powder, and I talked about it a little bit in one of my Thrive Market videos. Baobab fruit powder comes from the baobab tree, which is a tree that is located in African countries and Southeast Asian countries. The fruit that comes from the baobab tree is a super fruit. It also has things like calcium and magnesium, but it's loaded with iron, so it really helps with the blood and circulation. It has free radical neutralizing compounds in it, so it will protect you from cancer. And the main reason why many people drink it is because it is loaded. It is one of our most highly concentrated plants of vitamin C, and vitamin C is one of the key compounds of collagen. So that's another reason why I've been drinking it, because collagen helps with the repair of the growth of our cells. So this is basically like my anti-pimple drink, but also just my rev up everything drink, because it fills me with energy and vitality. And this is like way better than coffee in my opinion. I'm really sensitive to coffee or to anything really that's like energy stimulant, and this is non-stimulant, but it makes me feel awesome and I can get through my day. So baobab fruit powder, because it's so concentrated and there's so many minerals and vitamins in it, you don't want to drink this like every single day, or maybe like you don't want to drink it like twice a day. I like to just drink this, like I said, a couple days spaced out, and I feel great. What you saw me use instead of like the Cmos that I just showed you was a Cmos gel, and I'll link below the website to Purple Moss Paradise where you can order your own Cmos, and also where you can learn how to make the gel. It's super easy, and I sometimes put the gel in smoothies or even in food recipes, and then also in this. It tastes a little ocean-y, so I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most delicious thing, but you can mask the flavors if you try it out in different ways. Like if I make a banana smoothie, I can't taste it at all. Got my vitamin D, B12, Symbiotica, DHA, my favorite. Okay, my morning work is done. I uploaded the Vlogmas video for today and posted the giveaway on Instagram. Now I'm gonna make some food. Matt got groceries for me before he left to Atlanta. So he got vegetable broth, and I think I'm gonna make another delicious vegetable soup, because I have been perfecting making it and it comes out so delicious every time. this will be my pre-lunch appetizer. I know it's a huge salad, but my soup's gonna be cooking for like 45 minutes, so by the time I finish this, which will be in like 15 minutes, I'll be ready for some soup. So the salad ended up filling me up a little bit longer than I expected, so I thought now would be a good time, speaking of soup, to sit down and talk to you all about something I've been meaning to touch on. I'm getting lots of questions about it, especially now that it's in the colder months, and that is seasonal affective disorder or seasonal depression. Basically, how to survive winter from my perspective. So as we transition into fall and winter, the days become shorter. You know, we set our clocks back. The sun is already completely down by like 5 p.m. and you're feeling sad and you're wondering why. I talked about this in my Dangers of Blue Light video, and it is very important that you watch that video as well. If you're watching this right now, you're watching it on a screen which is powered by the blue light, and you need to know about the dangers of it and what it is doing to your body, to your hormones. Your hormones are our body's little messengers that are telling everything what to do and making sure everything is regulated. And when those get out of whack, I say this like all the time, I sound like a broken record now, everything else gets out of whack. So one of the things I talked about in the blue light video is how these screens are emitting this high energy blue light because it's concentrated blue light. It's not the full spectrum blue light that we're getting from the sun. So it causes your cortisol levels to rise, which is your stress hormone. And because you're looking at these screens a lot, because the sun is not out as much as it is in the summertime, we're supplementing with a lot of artificial light, and this light is not full spectrum like the sun is. So it's also decreasing our melatonin secretion. Melatonin is the hormone that you need for sleep. It's supposed to be putting you to sleep. So a lot of people, when they're going through seasonal affective disorder, they're feeling the effects of this hormone imbalance. They're feeling the fact that your vitamin D is much lower than it should be, because vitamin D technically is not a vitamin, it's actually a hormone. And D3, which is, when you go to the store, you'll see D3 mostly, is what we get from the sun. When we're getting our healthy doses of vitamin D, we have a lot more energy and we're not as stressed out. So that's one of the things that you're not getting when the sun is not out. You know, our skin is protected and covered, and we're not soaking that in anymore. Also, most people that experience seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder are experiencing a lot of fatigue. They're tired no matter how long they sleep, and that's because we're not getting that beautiful, bright, full spectrum sunlight that is telling our melatonin to slow down and to start revving up for the day. Also, when we have our stress levels raised, our cortisol levels raised, and we have too little melatonin, it decreases our leptin levels, which is another hormone. Your leptin is your hormone that tells your body that it's full when you're eating. And so this is another thing about hormones. Once one goes out of whack, everything goes out of balance, because now you're having cravings for sweets, carbohydrates, processed foods, and this sort of hormonal imbalance can cause weight gain. Some people actually experience weight loss during seasonal depression, and that's really because the depression is causing you to have a loss of appetite. But 90% of people experience weight gain because they're having those cravings from the low leptin and the low melatonin and the increased cortisol. Also, many people experience trouble concentrating, anxiety, irritability. People of color are actually way more prone to seasonal depression. Aboriginal beings, you need sunlight more than anyone. So during the winter months, when you're not getting that sun that you're used to, you must be doing some things to help yourself out. Now let's go into some treatment methods. First thing that I recommend for everyone, and here's my little disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so go and do your own research before you apply this to your life. But I'm pretty sure a doctor would tell you this too, is to take the vitamin D. D3 is what you will see in the store, and that is the D that we are synthesized through our irises from the sun. You should be taking vitamin D3 if you're not living in Miami or any other tropical setting and the sun is not out and it's cold. A second treatment would be light therapy. You can purchase lights that are more full spectrum, like the sun, and so you turn them on. Like, there are some big ones I've seen that you can just put on your counter, turn it on, and it just like shoots this light into your face, and you can turn it on for like 15 minutes or 30 minutes in the rising, and that will help give you that uplifted feeling and balance your hormones a little bit using the light. Now, it won't give you D3, it will not give you your vitamin D because you can only get that from the sun, but it is a form of therapy, and it has been known to help a lot of people that are going through some of the depression symptoms. Along the lines of that are color therapy glasses. I'll link below a company, or maybe 2 companies that I know of, where you can get colored lenses, and certain lenses will promote different feelings within you. And so if you're wearing these bright orange lenses or yellow lenses, it helps to make the world not look so gray and blue and dark based, and it will brighten your mood, and it helps a lot of people. I actually have a really close sister of mine who wears her color therapy glasses 24/7 in the wintertime, and she says it helps her exponentially. I'm actually gonna try it this year because it's been so dark and gloomy and rainy in Georgia, so just to experiment. Also, something else I talk about a lot in the blue light video is changing the bulbs around in your house in the evening time, because your melatonin needs to be secreted towards the evening time so that you can have proper sleep. And the blue lights from your phone, your iPad, your laptop, your television are sending messages to your brain to not produce as much melatonin, because this blue light is getting confused for daytime, and so you're not getting the proper melatonin and you can't get any sleep, which is causing a whole nother slew of issues and anxiety and stress. So once the sun goes down, you can wear color glasses, blue light glasses. Watch that video and learn more about the different types of eyewear you can use, or filters that you can put on your phone or on your computer. Red bulbs are the best for melatonin secretion when it comes to artificial light. So you can put a red bulb in your fridge, you could put a red little lamp in your bathroom, so that in the evening time you have this red light instead of this blue light that's coming from the lights in your home. Another supplement which I've been taking this winter that has really been helping me is a B complex supplement. It's simple. Most vegans and vegetarians are already taking some sort of B complex or B vitamin, unless you're getting a lot of green vegetables and vegetables throughout your day. But if you're not, then you should be taking a B complex, because you're not getting that stuff from eating animal byproducts and animal flesh and things like that. The B complex vitamins are water soluble, so it's really simple to take them. Water soluble means that even if you were to take too much, it's gonna pass right through you and it won't cause any levels of toxicity. So you can take the B complex, and that will really improve your energy levels and your mood during the winter time. Okay, so these next 2, you're gonna roll your eyes at me because I always say this, and so does every other health practitioner in the world, and that is exercise and meditation. Now, I am aware that depression and anxiety comes at a multitude of levels, and everybody has their reasons for feeling uneasy or unbalanced. And so sometimes meditation and exercise is not enough, and I get that, and you are valid for experiencing something that those things won't fix. But, there's a big but. Exercise and meditation have been proven to alleviate the symptoms of anxiety and depression. They have been proven to help elevate you if you are experiencing these feelings of unbalance, of unwellness. So whatever it takes for you to get yourself up off that couch, even if it's just 10 minutes of yoga, even if it's just 5 minutes of sitting down and listening to your breath. It's 2018. We are so lucky. There are a million videos on YouTube teaching you how to meditate. I have a guided meditation on my channel. There's hundreds of thousands of guided meditations from other content creators. There are hundreds of apps you can download on any type of phone with guided meditations on it, with exercise programs on it, free exercise programs on Instagram and on YouTube. It's everywhere. It is everywhere. Right now is a time for open information. So even if you are feeling crippled, pull yourself up just a little bit and try to meditate and exercise. It will balance the hormones, which means your skin's looking good, your digestion is going great, your moods are elevated, and you're less anxious and you are less depressed. Don't we all want that? Now let's move in a different direction. In Ayurvedic medicine, the winter time, the fall time is looked at as a hibernation season. It's looked at as a time for us to be replenishing, resting, slowing down, and preparing for the spring season. If you look at nature, it's called fall because the energy falls. The plants are now nourishing their roots and preparing for the next blooming season. Everything on the top looks like it's dead when really all that energy energy is in the roots. So we as humans should also take some advice from nature and replenish our roots. There are 3 doshas in Ayurvedic medicine. That's the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha. Wintertime is named as the Vata or Kapha season. Kapha would be heavy, wet, snowy, something like that. And then the Vata would be that light, cold, windy sort of weather. So identify what type of weather you're in. Are you in that cold, heavy, snowy, or in that cold, dry, windy, or a mixture like most of us? And that's sort of how you can research through Ayurvedic medicine the best types of foods to eat. There are 6 tastes of food, and that is sweet, salty, sour, bitter, pungent, and astringent. In Ayurvedic medicine, it is believed to have a well-rounded diet. You should be experiencing all 6 of the tastes every single day. And this is very, very, very important in the winter time. So if you're not into the whole raw food thing like I was at one point, you should be consuming things like grains, whole grains, oats, quinoa, rice, but not raw. They should be cooked and steamed and warm consumed. Also, legumes are an astringent food. Legumes are like beans, dal, lentils. These foods are drying foods, so they're good for a kapha person or for someone that's dwelling in kapha weather. It dries things up. It will dry up some mucus that you're experiencing. If you're going to be consuming nuts, make sure they're soaked. It really, really helps with digestion. And for fruits and vegetables, one should consume the ones that are in season, because like I said, the energy has dropped down into these roots. So we want to eat with nature. We're eating potatoes, carrots, beets. A way to get the pungent taste in is to include a lot of onion and garlic into your winter recipes. On the theme of roots, spices are very important during the winter time. Ginger is extremely healing to the body, to the digestive system. It keeps that fire going, and it's great for the skin, great for the immune system, your mood. Turmeric, that's also a root, and it's extremely anti-inflammatory and great for the body, especially when paired with black pepper, which is another warming and drying spice. Cumin, coriander, cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon, all these winter spices that I'm sure you're familiar with them being more popular during the winter time. And there's a reason for this, so it's important to add them to our winter-like recipes like soups and stews, these warming things. Cold things are not your friend during these winter months because we want to keep that digestive fire going. In Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, most Eastern medicine practices, they call the stomach and the digestion that fire. And so when we're drinking cold smoothies, cold juices, iced water, raw fruits, raw greens, and things like that, it is said to put the fire out. I know you guys see me making smoothies and salads in the winter time, so I'm not perfect with this. I'm just saying that it shouldn't be your main, like I wouldn't recommend someone to be a raw vegan while they're living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the middle of February. Like, it is freezing and your stomach, your body needs that inner fire. Food combining is important all year round, but especially during the winter. If you're somebody that consumes dairy, it should be consumed alone because dairy has certain proteins in it that need to be broken down by themselves, and when it's combined with other concentrated proteins like meats and eggs or just other things, it causes digestive complications. So if you consume dairy, consume it by itself. In my opinion, you shouldn't consume dairy at all because it is contributing to a lower immune system and mucus production and acne and all sorts of things. Really, just milk is for you when you were a baby, and if you want milk after that, make some nut milk. Also, liquids and solids are a little tricky. Like, obviously I'm gonna have this soup in a second, and that's like a liquid solid mixture. But if you're eating a big warm meal and you're drinking ice cold water, it is not a good mix for your digestive system because then it's having to work extra hard to use some energy to warm up this liquid before we even take it in, instead of using that energy to digest the food. So I would wait. I don't even really consume water when I'm eating. And some people are gonna be like, how do you not choke? Well, you should be chewing at least 25 to 35 chews per bite. Try that on your next meal and tell me that's not difficult, because I know that I'm used to chewing like 6 times and then I swallow whatever I'm eating. So when we're chewing properly, you don't need to drink liquid while you're eating. It's actually best for the digestive system to consume water about an hour after your meal. And even at that, make it not ice cold water. You know, room temperature is really great. And warm water is even better. Warm water with lemon in the rising is great to rev up the digestive system and rev up everything that's going to happen for the day. So yeah, I think that gives you a good list of things to work with. Hopefully I helped you in some way. If you know anybody that's dealing with this and they need some help, send this video to them. Send it to your friends, your family, your sister. That way they can be prepared for the winter. All right, and now for some soup. Complete. Oh, look at that. Look at that color. Vibrant earth, electric foods, fresh potato, carrots, tomatoes, green beans, corn, and I added the black eyed peas that I cooked all morning. Oh, these potatoes are sweet potatoes even though they look white, so it gives this nice sweet flavor in the whole soup, but it's got that smoky spiciness from the spices. Oh!
That we'll be having is, you'll say to us or to whoever you're talking to, you know, I just let it go for a while because I realized that the subject that was so important to me had me sort of bound in a frequency that wasn't good to me for me. So I just let it go for a while. I just focused upon the things of my life that felt really good to me. He's heard us say, and you have too, that the source within you knows where you are in relationship with everything you want. And they'll just guide you and guide you and guide you and guide you. And you know what the best part is? The journey is so fun. You keep thinking it's the destination that's going to ring your bells. The journey rings your bells. The same. It's just more. Once you get this and you've got this, once you practice this and you are, once you sustain it and you know how to do it, life's just going to yield to you all of the reasons that you said, I'll go forth into this physical experience. Not one of you said, I'll deprive myself in order to really want something. Not one of you said, I'll go forth into a broken world and I'll patch it up. You didn't say that. You said, I'll go forth and I'll figure out what I want and I'll line up with it and I'll feel good. And the wholeness of who I am is going to flow through the specifics of what I'm living. And I'm an eternal being. And I mean to make this moment and this one and this one and this one and this one all that it can be. Really good.